So hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, we share our honest journey navigating neurodivergent, SEN life and home education. Today's video is quite a heavy one, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's one that I know that so many families in the community will completely relate to. We're going to be talking about holidays.
Or lack
happened, yes, or lack of. What happened with us with a bit of trauma, would you say? I'd say it was trauma.
Yeah.
Quite traumatic for us and for Archie. The airports and what happens when a strict environment absolutely shatters a PDA child's sense of safety.
Yeah, exactly. So if you have a child with a PDA profile, pathological demand avoidance, you already know that the nervous system is constantly on a knife edge. Yeah, we know.
I think that's the best way to explain it.
Yes. But when you throw an airport environment into the mix, the stakes get incredibly high. So our 6-year-old has actually been on 7 holidays. He's travelled, he's coped, and we've had some beautiful times. Okay. But our last trip to Turkey changed everything, didn't it?
For the worst.
For the worst. Well, we say for the worst. I mean, it's what he wants.
Yeah. It was for the worst in his.
It was a massive turning point for us. And today we want to talk about exactly what went wrong that day. Why he's now point blank refusing to ever go away again on an aeroplane. Home beats a jet to holiday. That is his saying now. And the exact step-by-step strategy and script we're using to slowly heal that trauma and rebuild his sense of control.
With a bit of luck.
With a bit of luck, yeah.
So we'll start off by looking at a bit of the background with what happened. Like we said, he has been away before 7 times. He's not a child who's never seen an aeroplane. On our trip to Turkey, we hit a wall that we just couldn't bypass. Yeah. And it was just, oof. Yeah. The security staff at the airport were just so strict. He had been to Turkey a couple of times before, but he didn't have his ear defenders at that point. So obviously this time we'd gone, we had brought those in. So that was a new thing for him. So for a neurotypical child, a strict security guard is just a bit intimidating. But for a 6-year-old PDA child, it is just a threat to the safety system.
Now, just quickly, just to make you aware, this is in Dalaman Airport in Turkey. Yeah.
So he was wearing his ear defenders, which are his absolute lifeline. I know a lot of you will relate to that. It's his sensory shield against the overwhelming noise, the echoes, just everything, the whole system, everything. He just needs them. Tannoy systems, everything. And he needed them in a chaotic airport. It was chaotic anyway. It's unpredictable.
Busy.
And the security team just demanded that he took them off. It didn't matter how much we fought, they wanted them off.
So in that exact moment, his choice was stripped away. His autonomy was gone. Okay, his sensory safety was ripped off his head. His brain immediately logged the moment, a life or death survival situation. So he went into total flight or fight mode. And the distress was so deep that he cried the entire time on the plane. It was
awful, wasn't
it? It was tough because we were sat there.
Why are you doing this to me, Mummy? Why are you doing this to me, Daddy? And just the pain of not being able to help him.
And not being able to explain to him why. But yeah, it was horrible. So ever since we got back, the shutters have come down. Even if we haven't mentioned the word holiday or going away, his response is to instant panic. And then at firm, I'm never going away again.
Unless it's in the UK.
Because
home beats
a jet to holiday. So that was on the way back from
So it was the second one.
that was on the way back home from Turkey when that happened with his defenders. Now, the situation actually arose the next time we went away, and we didn't realise until that time that situation had really affected him.
We actually came home for 2 weeks and then went back to Turkey again. Because our situation had changed for a holiday that was later on in the year, that was needing to be cancelled. And we actually came across a really, really good deal that we couldn't turn down.
Really good deal.
We came home for 2 weeks and then went back out.
Yeah, but it wasn't until we went to go.
We're obviously from the northeast. We flew from Luton. We were absolutely fine. I think we had a hotel the night before. He was fine in that. We went to the car park, the airport. He was fine. It was when we were on the bus and the airport came into shore. And he started going, I miss the car, I want the car, I want to go back to the car. And that was where he kind of started with that. Which, again, you take that with a pinch of salt because you know what it's like with the profile. Like they can do, they've got attachments, it's unpredictable. He wants the comfort of, I'm missing the car, I want the car. So we didn't realise what was coming, did we?
It did not fit us, to be fair. So it wasn't until we were starting to go to the gate when he really started to melt down. We were walking to the gate and all it was, I don't want to go, I don't want to go, I don't want to go. We eventually got down to the gate with him, thinking that it might maybe just pass away. It got even worse. We were brought to, now give credit to Jet 2 staff, one of the women there were absolutely brilliant. She just tried to make him feel comfortable. She gave him some things to play with. She was brilliant, but we were literally sat at the front of the airport in front of everyone.
And you know what it's like, everyone's looking at you and there's nothing you can do. In that moment apart from try, but it's the naughty child that they get labelled.
Everyone's going to be stood there going, oh my God, we're going to be on this plane with this child screaming for the next 4 hours. I don't care
They're
about
all
that.
irrelevant.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
But it was horrendous. He was stood on my knees. He was trying to pull away. He was screaming. He was shouting, I don't want to get on this plane. I don't want to go away. I want to go home. And at one point, I actually thought to myself, we actually need to go home.
I think we both thought that.
And it was...
The woman from Jet 2 ended up coming over to us and saying, look, come and get on the aeroplane. They were still actually cleaning the plane at the time. She actually let us get on that probably about 25 minutes before everybody else did. We were on there for some time. And she kept coming on, checking that he was okay. She'd given him little goodie bags, with
some sweets in, and
she was absolutely amazing. And I'm gutted because we never actually got her name, did we? She couldn't have done enough for us. And even when people start getting on the plane, she came and kind of explained to him, people are coming on now, and she was just brilliant with them.
But once we were kind of on the plane and he was in his...
Well, I had to say to him, because obviously we have the row of three and then you're on the other one, aren't you? And he was sat on me and he was refusing to go in his seat. And I said to him, right, look, Archie, we're going to have to go up in the air, we're going to have to turn around and we're going to have to come back because we're on the plane, we can't do that. And he went, right, I'm not doing it. And I said, but we're stuck on the plane now, so we're going to have to go up. So just bear with us and we'll sort it because we will eventually come down and land. So I kind of extended the story a little bit just to kind of keep him feeling a bit scaffolded with stuff. But he ended up sitting there and he was actually looking at the bags that the woman had given him, and he went, can I have a look in that bag? And he was still crying. So I was like, of course you can. So I gave him the bag and he was looking in it. And he went, I don't want it. And I was like, okay. And he went, I'm coming, I'm going home. So anyway, as we started moving, it was only when he went, well, actually, we could go to Turkey. Okay, well, we can go. I don't want to land. I was like, well, we haven't took off yet, and I don't want to land yet. And it was really cute the way that he changed his whole
dynamic. And Archie has such a way of expressing when he moves from that being in total meltdown down to I'm okay-ish, but he has a real persona about him when he does that, doesn't he? And it was I can't describe it. You guys will know, but it was okay. He feels not calm, but he feels safe.
Yeah.
And it was such a moment. Yeah, the fact that it was, because this was probably one of the biggest meltdowns we'd ever had and we'd ever kind of experienced, hadn't we?
Yeah.
And it was such a kind of moment to see him go. You obviously don't see him take that breath, but that's how it feels to you. He's taking that breath of, okay, I'm with mum and dad, I'm safe. I'm with Jessie, I'm safe. Where we then came back and realised, okay, that moment in the airport previously, that's where it all stems from.
Yeah. Well, we did actually complain on that way out, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
The first time where they did that, because they were horrendous. There was no care or concern. It was off. And they were actually physically
pulling them off.
He was past himself. They were taking his comfort teddy off him as well.
He was taking his comfort teddy as well, bunny off him.
They didn't care, and we kept trying to explain to them that that's his security net. What you're doing at the minute is completely wrong.
Yeah, and I get the security of airports have got to be first and foremost of the highest importance. I get that.
I do as well.
But
there's ways
of doing things. Yeah.
So obviously, when this happens, the whole standard parenting handbook tells you to use logic or reassurance. We all want to say things like, oh, but the next hotel will have a lovely pool, don't worry, the next airport guards will be nice. There's so many things that you can kind of throw in to your child in the hope. I think we're all guilty of doing that. We've done it.
Yeah.
You know, we've been on holiday before, it was fine. But if you pair that into a PDA profile, it just backfires completely. Because their nervous system, your reassurance sounds like a trap to them. So the second you say something, it sounds like a demand to put themselves back into a den of lions, and that's all they're going to focus on. So the moment the brain registers that you're trying to actually coax them into something unsafe, their anxiety skyrockets and they'll dig their heels in even further.
Yeah.
And that's actually all over.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And obviously a 6-year-old, the gap between what the world expects and what their nervous system can process becomes like so clear.
Yeah.
He isn't having a tantrum, which other people will say, oh, then naughty kids having a tantrum. That isn't it at all. We know that, guys. We know that. He isn't being stubborn. He isn't. His brain is doing its job beautifully. It's trying to protect him from a place where he was hurt and he was overwhelmed at that time. So how do we fix it? How do we fix it? We can't. We don't fix it by pushing. We fix it by dropping the demands completely and totally rewriting the script. Yeah.
Even though that happened last year, we're still working on him
slowly
with things so that eventually he's gonna take that step and do that. We're not just doing this with the airport though, are we? We're actually doing this with a range of things with him in life as well.
And it's what you class as everyone will know as scaffolding.
Yeah. But if you are dealing with this at home, you don't want to force your child to sit down and listen to a massive speech. Instead, you can record it as a video for them to discover on their iPad. Drop the pieces casually into conversation while you're side by side baking, playing with Lego, or you're out in the garden.
So you're validating what had actually happened and you're validating his feelings at that time, validating him and those feelings, saying something like, I'm so sorry that happened to you. Your brain remembers that loud, scary feeling. And that's exactly why you're saying, I'm never going to go away again. Your brain is just trying to protect you. And you know what? That is completely fine and okay. We don't have to go anywhere until you can make sure you're 100% safe and in control. And that's what we're doing at the minute. We're making him safe, and we're making him in control of his own choices.
So next, we're trying to establish the new rules in the escape hatch for him. So we want to try and prove that we are protecting him. We want to try and give him back the remote control as well. Just so that he does feel validated, he does feel like we're his safety net, and when we talk to him, he does kind of feel we're understanding him. So we've been saying to him at the minute as well, because you're 6 now, things are going to be completely different if we ever choose to travel again. We're never going to do it in any way that like Turkey ever did it. So we'll do it how you want to. So that is where the whole I only want to go to UK holidays has come in. So we've told him that we've got our own new rules now. Wherever he wants to travel to, it's completely down to him as long as he feels safe. So we've given him the e-defender rule. So we've told him his e-defenders belong to him, that we will get a special letter from the doctor. We've got the special lanyard. He's also got his access card that we've got now as well.
Or Nimbus. Whatever you want to call
access card. So that we've got them for people if they ever need to see anything, and that we'll handle it so that you don't have to take them off for anybody. We have also explained that there may come times where he does maybe have to let people have a feel around them or something instead. You know, we can never actually fully promise to him that nobody's... But we can make him aware that we can give him that control that he does need them.
Yeah.
They are for him. We've also given him the power of no. So that we've given him a vote. If a flight feels too big or too scary, we don't have to fly. We can look at a boat, we can look at a train, we can look at going in the car. He gets to say how we travel. Again, that's not giving him full control. That's about giving him the power of giving the trust back to us. Because in that moment, he felt like we completely...
disregarded his feelings at that time, wasn't it?
Yeah. So we're kind of playing a long game at the minute with making him feel he's in control of his own body, and he has got to say, because at the end of the day as well, he's entitled to, regardless of whether he's 6, he's entitled to
his opinion.
An opinion, and but we've also got him a safe word as well. So if we're ever anywhere and it feels too strict, that he can just tell us a secret safe word. So his safe word is banana. So he will tell us banana. So the second that he says that word, we'll stop whatever we're doing. We'll go and find a quiet corner, we'll get a drink, or we'll just step to the side. So that he's kind of in an escape hatch, if you like, and he's just able to just feel back and control again. Again,
it's all about making them feel safe.
Yeah.
That is what it stems down to, doesn't it? Making them feel safe. You've told them that as soon as you tell them, they tell you their safe word, you're doing and you're following through with what you told them.
Yeah.
So it's a really good way of coping. What a low demand journey looks like. When we try and paint a picture of calm, controlled journey, it's tough, isn't it? You can't. So his brain can obviously reprocess travelling wherever you're going without that panic. So if we ever decide to go on new adventures, There'll be no surprises. We won't spring that upon him straight away. We'll give him kind of an inclination of what we're doing in a few days' time. So even before we leave, we'll take a look at the pictures of that exact airport or that exact place we're going to, or things in that place. We'll watch videos. We'll let him pack his own bags. We did that when we went to Butlins. He packed his own bag. He took his clothes that he wanted. Just now we did have to take some out, but don't tell you that.
We put stuff into ours, didn't we? Just to,
obviously, his own sensory toys that he uses now. Archie has a bunny. He will not go anywhere without it. He doesn't have overly too many sensory toys. It's his bunny. That's another safe space for him. He's always with him. Favourite snacks, his iPad, and obviously his e-defenders. You're leaving that choice fully with him. You're giving him that choice. We're handing that 100% power back to him, so there's no lingering pressures. We love going on an adventure with you, but your feelings matter more than the holiday in the world. That's making him and his choices matter. We don't have to decide on any holiday tomorrow or even next month. It's giving him that choice. So it's giving him that choice and then making him aware of going, okay, we can talk about it, we can discuss it, but ultimately, if he says no, home beats a Jet 2 holiday, then so be it.
And it doesn't matter where you are, as long as everybody's
exactly.
having fun.
It's like I always say, it's what you make holidays anyway. Yes, it's nice going to 30 degrees, glorious sunshine. Yes, it is nice. I'm not going to lie. But ultimately, you're his safe space, her safe space. You've got to go with that.
Yeah. When you lay it out like that, you can almost feel like a collective sigh of relief. Just from the PDA nervous system. You're not tricking them and you're not forcing them.
No.
And you're handing them the shield and the sword to protect themselves. And that's essentially what the main thing is.
Yeah.
As parents, it takes a massive amount of understanding to parent this way. Yeah. The outside world looks like a child refusing to go to an airport says, you're letting a 6-year-old run the house, or you're being too soft.
Oh, don't.
Don't get us started on that, because you people have no idea.
Yeah, and I say it all the time, and there's how many parents I've said will go, I'd love to see you in our shoes in a week.
Yeah.
So they've got
no idea.
No idea whatsoever.
No. We're not dealing with a typical behavioural issue here. We're dealing with trauma. We're dealing with an actual panic response. And we've given him an escape hatch. When we give him a safe word, and when we promise to him that his e-defenders, they are never going to be forced off, that there's other ways of dealing with things. We're not giving in. We're just making sure that he is feeling safe.
Clarity.
Yeah, because that's all it is at the end of the day.
Yeah.
They need the safety. Because he's home educated, we already have the beautiful freedom to live a low demand lifestyle anyway for him. We haven't got the pressures of the school bell or the rigid timetable. And we can just take this as slow as we need to, because we've got all the time in the world. If it takes 6 months, a year, 2 years of dropping that demand before he feels safe enough to even start looking at things again, then it's exactly what we'll do. We'll take, as long as it it works so that he comes to us, he's ready, he's in control, because the moment he says, okay, I think I'm ready again, we'll start exploring.
Step by step.
Yeah.
Yeah. You obviously don't rush
We're
straight
not gonna
in.
go book a holiday straight away.
We wanted to share with this use today, guys. We know how incredibly lonely it can feel at times when a bad holiday or a bad experience completely derails travel plans, going away, even going to the shop. You know what I mean? It can just feel like you're trapped at home.
Yeah.
And just remember, obviously, you're parenting a PDA child. You're navigating these intense sensory triggers at the airport or at the car or wherever it may be. You're experiencing these as well. Okay, it's not just your child. You're experiencing these as well. So we just want you guys to let you know you're not alone. It's a roller coaster. No one knows from day to day, from hour to hour, when it's going to happen, or as long as you're protecting or trying to protect and scaffolding your child, that's all you can do. But we're all in this together, okay? We're all in this together, aren't we? Hopefully, fingers crossed, it's a helpful resources for you guys.
You might have strategies
for
that
us.
You've used
Yeah.
that you can drop in the comments below. That is something that we can
use.
We can use.
So we're here to help one another, to get us through it, because sometimes we need help. We do, because it's tough. It is tough.
So if this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up.
Would be greatly appreciated.
Hit that subscribe button and maybe share it with another Sen family who might even need this. There might be people out there that you know are in this situation, and when you're in that moment, you feel like it's just you, don't you? You just feel like. But I think the more we've spoken to people, the more the community's grown. We get that there's a lot more people out there that have had the same situation and are going through the same stuff.
So we want to hear from you now. Have you ever had strict security experiences at an airport? Any particular airport? Obviously, we were talking about Dalaman in Turkey. Have you had good experiences from there? Let us know. So pop them down in the comments. Would be greatly appreciated, guys. How did you recover from it? Let's chat down in the comments and let's support one another.
So thank you so much for watching, if you've got to the end of this so far, and we will see you in the next video.
Yes, thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.